So you just bought your brand new Galaxy S24 Ultra and now you're looking for some accessories that are going to protect it. Well, Whitestone Dome has you covered 360 degrees. Here we have the Whitestone Dome EA tempered glass for the front screen. If you don't want to deal with glass and you're just worried about scratch protection, we have their UV Gen film, which is super easy to install. We also have their clear lappy case, which has MagSafe built in. And we also have tempered glass for the rear cameras as well. Now you're definitely going to want to stick around until the end of the video because I will be doing a scratch and a drop test for the Dome Glass EA and a scratch test for the UV Gen film to see how durable it is. And I promise you by the end of this video, you'll know which one of these accessories are right for you. And if you guys do want to pick them up, I will also be putting product links in the video description. So let's get started. And then here we have Whitestone Dome's lappy case with MagSafe built in. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is their clear lappy case. It fits the phone really well, shows off the color of your phone as well, because who buys a colored phone and then covers it up with a dark case? So again, this case does have MagSafe built in. It is crystal clear. It's got a nice hard polycarbonate backing surrounded by a softer type of TPU material. I don't have any screen protector on the phone right now, so you can see how much the raised edges are around the front of the phone. It also doesn't add a lot of extra bulk, which is really nice. And you can see the thick layer on the back of the polycarbonate that protects the back of the phone as well. On the bottom, we have all our cutouts. We also have a nice cutout for the S Pen, so you can easily access that if you need. On the other side, we have our power button and our volume buttons, which are separated. On the back again, we have that MagSafe ring, and we also have a ever so slight, it's almost pretty much flush with the cameras on the back of this case. And if you put the phone on its back and you need to type, the case won't wobble around like some of the other cases either. It also does have a UV coating to keep down those fingerprints, and it seems to be doing a pretty good job because I don't really see any fingerprints on the back, so that's definitely a huge plus for me. The case does feel nice in the hand. It's got a bit of a grip to it. Buttons are also nice and clicky, easily accessible. Nice case. So now let's see how well the S Pen works because the case does have MagSafe built in. And I do not see any issues with the S Pen. Everything seems to be working just fine. And you can also very easily access the bottom of the phone as well. It doesn't have much of a lip that comes up so much to where you can't access the bottom of the phone. And let's see how much this case weighs. 48 grams if you're interested. Now let's check out the MagSafe on the back. Here I have a MagSafe power bank. Clips onto the back really nicely with a strong hold, and it immediately starts to charge your phone. And the MagSafe on the back is got a really nice strong hold, so you don't have to worry about your MagSafe accessory just falling off either. Yeah, it's got a pretty nice strong hold. Now the hold that the MagSafe accessory has on your case will also determine how well the magnets are in the accessory as well. But this one has a nice strong hold on this case. I tested this case out on the S24 Plus as well, and it was also a really nice case, and this one seems to be too. We also have some protection in the edges. You can see the little extra bubble in the corners, so if you happen to drop your phone and it hits the corner, your phone should be protected. Then here we have Whitestone Dome's UV Gen film. So we get 2 screen protectors, some installation pieces, 2 installation packets, and a UV light for curing. Now before you start your installation, you want to plug your UV light in to any power adapter you can find that uses USB Type-C just to make sure it works, because if it doesn't, you're not going to be able to install the screen protector properly. Also make sure before you do this installation that you're not doing it in direct sunlight because it will cure the screen protector prematurely. So the first thing you want to do is to clean off your screen really well, then dry it off. Then take one of your little foam pads. We're going to put it down on your surface so you have something to push the phone against. Just like that. Then take your little installation guide, making sure that the posts are pointing upward and you're using the little C connection for the bottom of your phone. Just push that into the charging port on the bottom of the phone. Then take one of your screen protectors. You want to peel off the underside of the protector, making sure the little camera hole is going towards the camera on your phone. Then line up the holes on the bottom of the guide with the posts. Push that into place. Don't let the screen protector touch the phone. Then you want to line this up with the phone and the camera the best you can. Then once you have it in place, just get your squeegee and try to get out as much bubbles as you can. Then take your squeegee, put it behind the dotted line on the bottom, lift up on the guide, and we're going to squeegee out the top part of the screen protector up and over your screen, just like that. Then we'll do the same thing for the other side. Just lift up the guide from the posts and remove the guide. Then put your squeegee behind the dotted line again. Lift up on the screen protector. Make sure it goes up and over your screen and just squeegee it out. Then we can peel off the top protector from the screen. And then very gently squeegee out any bubbles if you have any. I've got a few up at the top here. All right, once you're done with that, we're going to plug in our UV light, and we're going to cure the top, middle, and bottom of the screen for 60 seconds each. So just place your UV light over the screen and then double press the little power button for 60 seconds. Then move on to the middle, 60 seconds again. And then 60 seconds at the bottom. All right, now that that's done, let's take a look at the screen protector. So installation looks pretty nice. I do have a couple bubbles at the top of the screen and just a few at the bottom here. Hopefully those should disappear within a day or two. As far as the touch goes, super smooth, like silk. It might even be smoother than the screen that's on the phone. So that feels really nice. It's got a cutout for our front camera there. So we also have a cutout for the front camera, so you don't have to worry about any of your pictures getting messed up because of the screen protector. As far as fingerprints goes, it does seem to pick up some fingerprints, as you can see on the screen, but because it's so smooth, you can very easily just wipe those away. The screen does also have an anti-fingerprint coating as well. So now let's test out our S Pen. S Pen seems to be working just fine. There is just an ever so slight bit of resistance, but I particularly like that when I'm writing because it's kind of true to life. Yeah, everything's working fine with the S Pen, so that's nice. So now let's test out our fingerprints. Fingerprints seem to be working just fine. And if you are having problems with your fingerprints, just re-register them and maybe even turn the sensitivity on for the display. As you can see, the screen protector is crystal clear. Also works perfectly fine with touch. No issues with getting to the top notification bar, the bottom of the screen. Everything's working fine. So now let's see what the screen would look like if you're using polarized sunglasses. So as you can see, there is a slight rainbow effect. If you're looking at the screen dead on, it's not that bad, but if you turn the phone or twist it around, the rainbow effect changes. But not too bad. So now let's put it in our case. All right, so I don't see any lifting on the screen protector. It seems to come right up to the edge of the case itself. So it may or may not be case friendly with other cases, but it works perfectly fine with the Whitestone Dome Lappy case. So everything's looking good so far. Now let's move on to the scratch test. So typically film screen protectors start to scratch around a Mohs number 2, which is simply just plastic. So we're going to start off with that, and then we'll move on to the harder material, which is copper, at a number 3. Then we'll move on to the number 3. As you can see, immediately it starts to scratch the screen, and that is not going to heal. So if we take a closer look, you can see there are no scratches at the number 2, but they're deeper at the number 3. So this screen protector's scratch resistance is a little better than regular film screen protectors. So installation for the screen protector was really easy. It also seems to work really well with the S Pen and in-display fingerprint sensor. As far as case compatibility, it did seem to work perfectly fine with the Whitestone Dome Lappy case, but there might be some cases out there that it won't be compatible with. Now there is no drop protection because it is a film screen protector, but scratch resistance seems to be a little bit better than regular film screen protectors. And if you want to remove the screen protector, it's really easy. All you need to do is lift up on one of the edges here and then simply peel it off. And as you can see, your screen is undamaged. And then here we have the Whitestone Dome Glass EA. Here we get 2 tempered glass screen protectors with guides and an installation packet. So first clean off your screen really well with the alcohol wipe, then dry it off. Then take one of your screen protectors, making sure the Galaxy S24 Ultra lettering is going towards the camera on your phone. We're going to peel off the underside protector, and then just simply place the whole thing over your phone just like this and press it into place. Now the screen protector may start to adhere to your screen, but you can run your finger across the middle and up the middle like that. Then hold down on the guide, and we're going to peel up the middle sticker. Then lift up on the guide. Now you might have a little bubble like I do here, but you can either use your finger or if you have a squeegee or something like that to try to just push it out. So I was very easily able to get that bubble out, and this is also a full coverage screen protector, so it does cover your camera on the front, so we're going to test that out. But there also does seem to be a very slight gap all the way around the phone, so it might be case compatible with most cases. As far as touch goes on the screen, nice and smooth, just like the glass that's on the phone. As far as fingerprints, it does pick up some fingerprints, but the screen also does have an oleophobic coating on it, which allows the fingerprints to be easily wiped away. So now let's test out our fingerprints. Fingerprints seem to be working just fine. Yeah, so again, if you do have problems with your fingerprints, just re-register them and maybe turn the sensitivity up on the display. As you can see, the screen is also crystal clear, touch working perfectly fine, no issues there. Now let's see what the screen looks like as if you were looking at it through polarized sunglasses. So as you can see, there is a slight rainbow effect. It's not horrible, even if you turn the phone, so that's definitely a plus. Now let's test out our S Pen. S Pen seems to be working just fine on the screen. There is a bit of resistance between the rubber nib on the S Pen and the glass, but the S Pen works perfectly fine on the screen. And the edges of the glass are also rounded off, so it's nice and smooth. So let's put our phone inside of our case. So it still seems like there is a bit of a gap around the edge of the phone, so the screen protector is not touching the case at all. There's no lifting, no bubbles. So the screen protector should be case compatible with most cases. So let's take a look at our camera. So the camera looks pretty clear to me. I don't see any issues, so you shouldn't have any problems with taking photos or videos with the front camera. So everything's looking good so far. Now let's move on to the scratch and the drop test. So we're going to be dropping a 2.4 ounce steel metal ball at a height of 2 feet. If the screen protector doesn't crack, we'll move it up foot by foot until it eventually does. So here we go at 2 feet. Moving on to 3 feet. Moving on to 4 feet. 5 feet. So this screen protector lasted up until a 5-foot drop. Now let's move on to the scratch test. So typically regular tempered glass starts to scratch around the Mohs hardness number 6. So we're going to start off with number 5. Then move on to a number 6. And then a number 7. So if we take a closer look, you can see there are no scratches at the number 5. And I really don't see any at the number 6 either. If they're there, they're almost invisible. And then for the number 7, as you can see, it's definitely a lot more noticeable. So scratch resistance seems to be better than regular tempered glass. So installation for the screen protector was really easy. It also does seem to work well with the in-display fingerprint sensor and the S Pen. It also does seem to be case friendly. It lasted up until a 5-foot drop, and scratch resistance seems to be better than regular tempered glass. So now last but not least, let's install the rear camera protectors. So we get 2 camera protectors and an installation packet. So first, clean off your camera lenses really well, then dry them off. Then take one of your camera lens protectors, make sure it's lined up with the cameras on the back of the phone. Then we're going to peel off the underside protector. Then just place this whole thing over the camera lenses. And then just press them into place. Then lift up on the guide. And there you go. All the camera lenses should be out from the guide. Let's take a closer look. So it looks just like factory. You really can't even tell that there are camera protectors over your lenses. Looks really nice, and it doesn't add any extra bulk to the phone. So now let's test out our camera, see if it interferes with the pictures at all. And everything looks crystal clear. Let's test out the different zooms. Yeah, I don't see any problems at all. Everything looks really good. Even if you zoom in, crazy close. Yeah, so you shouldn't have any problems using these rear camera protectors. So now let's see if we can use the case with these camera protectors. And it looks like you can. It fits perfectly within the Whitestone Dome Lappy case. Now the camera lenses do protrude above the case ever so slightly, but again, your camera lenses are going to be protected because you have those protectors on here. Now these camera lens protectors may or may not work with other cases. You're just gonna have to try it out because not every case is made the same, but again, like I said, it does work with the Whitestone Dome Lappy case. So now let's test out the scratch resistance. So again, we'll start off with a number 5. Then we'll move on to a number 6. And then finally a number 7. All right, so let's take a closer look. I don't see any scratches at the number 5. There are ever so slight, like you really almost can't even see the scratches for the number 6 and deeper at the number 7. So again, scratch resistance seems to be better than regular tempered glass. And even though the rear camera lenses are scratched up, let's see what the camera looks like. And I still don't see any issues. Everything looks crystal clear. So even though the lenses might have scratches on them, you probably won't even notice. So I really liked all the protection accessories that Whitestone Dome offers for the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Again, your phone is going to be totally protected 360 degrees between the front screen protector, the camera lens protectors, and the case. And if you guys want to pick any of these up, again, I will be putting product links in the video description. And if you guys enjoyed the video, it would really help out the channel if you gave me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.